If we hadn't moved it up into this vertical garden, we would definitely not be getting all of these beautiful fruits. Guten Yardening, everybody. Well, today I want to talk to you about a difference maker. And that difference maker is right behind me where we're growing our strawberries. Now, this is a GreenStalk Vertical Garden. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what we're doing with this GreenStalk garden, our other GreenStalks, and give you an idea of some of the content that's going to come this winter. But let's talk about strawberries, because strawberries are a fantastic fruit. We love our strawberries. And while we did get good production in the first couple of years, the gardens that we had them in are kind of shaded. And quite frankly, for the last 2 years, we haven't really seen what we thought would be the production out of these strawberry plants. Now, whether that's a result of the soil, of the shade, of the rabbits getting in, finding a way to get in past our fence and eat down the tops, we really were not pleased with the results of our strawberries. And that's when we made the decision to transition them from being in the ground in our back shaded garden and move them into the GreenStalk Vertical Garden. Right now we have 2 GreenStalk Vertical Gardens growing. One is the original version, which has 5 tiers, and each tier is 10 inches deep. And if you've followed our channel this season, you'll know that we're growing some red, white, and blue potatoes in there. And they've been in this GreenStalk growing for just over 2 months, which means that we're getting closer to a really nice red, white, and blue harvest. So we'll keep you updated on that for sure. Our strawberries, on the other hand, are growing in the leaf version of the GreenStalk Vertical Garden. And the leaf version is 7 tiers tall, and each of those tiers is 7 inches deep. So we have 7 tiers. Each tier has 6 pockets. That's 42 pockets to grow whatever it is that you want to grow inside. Now, I've seen a ton of different recommendations as to what you might plant in the GreenStalk Vertical Garden. Really, I think the sky's the limits. I mean, we're proving that with the potatoes that we're growing for sure, but you could grow any number of herbs, leafy greens, and even tomatoes in there. Determinate tomatoes would be really interesting. And I think actually micro tomatoes would be really interesting to grow in here as well. And so looking at the potential here with 42 different bins to plan out and try, this is a perfect opportunity to diversify whatever you're growing in a really small, compact space. Now, we had a ton of failing strawberry plants, and rather than just pull them up, what we decided to do was to take them out and transplant them right into this leaf version of the GreenStalk Vertical Garden. And I want to show you the difference that this GreenStalk Vertical Garden has made. Now, one of the nice things about moving all those strawberries out of this shaded area is it allowed us to grow more of the vegetables that we absolutely love. So now in this shaded garden, which is actually getting some of the only sun it gets during the day, we have kohlrabi, we have collard greens, we have a whole bunch of vegetables that otherwise we wouldn't have had space for, because again, those strawberries took up quite a bit of space back here. Now, when I transplanted these into our GreenStalk Vertical Garden about a month and a half ago, there was next to nothing left of these plants. They were tiny. They certainly were not green, not vibrant green. And really, I wasn't sure how this was going to turn out. Even though I know strawberries like space, I actually put 2 plants in each one of these pockets. So what I have growing here is a total of 84 strawberry plants. 84 plants growing in one vertical garden. And as I look around here, what are you seeing? You're seeing fruit coming in, lots and lots of fruit coming in, tons of ripe strawberries on here. And you know, if we hadn't transplanted it, if we hadn't moved it up into this vertical garden, we would definitely not be getting all of these beautiful fruits. And actually, there's so many on here, we're going to be harvesting them. Take a look at these. What we were getting before in our in-ground shaded garden were half the size of these strawberries. And notice something else about these strawberries. It's not just the amount of fruit that are growing on them, because again, lots of ripe fruit here, but we also have a ton of runners on here, which we're going to for sure capture. Look, this one has 2 runners on here, 2 little babies coming off that we're going to capture. And you can see this runner's got roots coming down already. And what we can do is we can take any of the plants that are getting older in here, and we can take these runners and we can just allow them to sit into the next pocket down, or we could take the runners and put them in the next pocket up. And of course, I would just add a little bit of soil over top. So really, this is a self-sustaining system because I'm not having to cut and remove any of these runners. I can just place them in a nearby pocket. So we've got an 84 strawberry plant vertical garden that's going to continually replenish itself, and we're not going to have to buy new strawberry plants. The more I think about it, the more I think that there is really no downside to growing strawberries in this way. Again, we're reducing the amount of space that we're taking up for our strawberry plants, and we still have a ton of plants all producing really nicely now. And if you've ever captured runners from strawberries in the past, you know that that can be kind of a chore finding where they're all going. But here it's all clearly exposed to us. And of course, there's the huge benefit of the fact that because this is vertical, we don't have to worry about the rabbits coming along and being able to reach 90% of the strawberries on here, or any other critter getting to these strawberries. So we're going to be protecting our harvest simply because we're using a GreenStalk vertical garden. Now, the other thing that's so absolutely fantastic about the GreenStalk vertical garden, and we've brought this up in previous videos, and really I think it's what sets the GreenStalk apart from all of the other varieties of vertical gardens that we've seen, is that we water into the top. Underneath that top layer, there is a tray just like this that has the same holes off to the side, and again, that slanted little cone at the top that enables the water to come down, fill up, and then move on down to the next level. And there is one of those in each of the layers below. What we're left with is a single watering point that will take care of watering all of these. And so if you're trying to feed them something as well, like a liquid fertilizer, the process remains the same. Instead of trying to reach into all 42 of these pockets, you can simply water from the top and allow it to spread throughout. And you can see there isn't a single area. I can walk the whole way around here. There isn't a single area on this tower that isn't performing, that isn't lush, that isn't green. It is all absolutely wonderful. This is a gorgeous way to grow strawberries. Now, if you were paying really close attention just a little bit ago, you probably noticed that our GreenStalk suddenly changed color when I was showing you how it works. And that's because we have 2 more GreenStalks, one of our leaf variety and one of the originals that we're going to be using this winter in our indoor growing setup. So we're not just limiting ourselves to growing in these GreenStalks outdoors, they're also a perfect piece of equipment to bring and grow in an indoor growing space. So I think that's something to keep in mind for sure as we're headed into winter. Now, right now on GreenStalk's website, 2 of their planter colors are on clearance. And so if you wanted to pick one up, now is the perfect time. And there is a link in the description that you can click on. And when you go there and check out using the code Guten, you get $10 off on top of their already current sale prices. So you definitely want to check that out. And for those of you who are living in Canada, we just got notification that GreenStalk is now shipping to Canada. They ship every Friday. So if you're in Canada and you've wanted one of these GreenStalks for a long time, and after seeing these and after seeing the results, I'm not sure how you couldn't want one of these. That opportunity is now wide open for you. Again, click on the link in the description and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Well, I am super excited for those strawberries. In fact, I'm going to go back there and harvest a few more so that we can have a snack before dinner tonight. That is a healthy snack, by the way. Fruit from our own urban garden. And so, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a like, leave us a comment, remember to share and subscribe, And most importantly, remember, when you're with us, you are good to grow.